Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with some very fun new polishes from Cuticula. I'm going to be showing off the Candy Glaze Collection, which is just so much fun. These polishes can be worn on their own or used as toppers, so I'm going to show them both ways. You'll be able to grab these from the Cuticula website as well as any of the Cuticula stockists that are available. And I think the launch is Friday at 11 a.m. I will include that down in the description in case I got it wrong. I also have swatches of the Shift Happens collab between Cuticula and Rogue Lacquer. This one's inspired by Encanto, and both polishes are beautiful. I will include how you can get those as well down in the description. Let's get into it. Let's start with Sugar Melon. This one is a juicy green melon base full of pink to green to gold large particle shifting shimmer. These all have a slightly tinted base, and you will be able to see that where I layer them over a white polish. So these do take 2 to 3 coats to build up. I'm going to wear them in 2, but most of you probably won't, so I will show them in 3. At the 2 coat mark, I think it gives a really delicate and beautiful effect. You still get the punch from the flakes, and you can see that green tint to it. I guess it's a glaze, a green glaze. And on the 3rd coat, it doesn't really change anything too much. I guess it just increases the density of the flakes. I am using Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat. If you are picking these up from the Cuticula shop, definitely grab several bottles of their Limitless Top Coat. It is simply the best. And you can see that these do not dry down textured or really dull, but top coat is always a good call. And here you can see just how shifty this polish is. It is really beautiful. I really love this shade of green. It's really delicate, and I feel like I don't see it a lot, so maybe that's why I like it so much. But of course, those shimmer particles don't hurt. It just works all together so beautifully. And I just absolutely love the look of these glazes, this one in particular, but the other ones, as you will see, are something special too. And now I'm giving you a taste of these layered over a white cream and a black cream. Over the white cream, you can definitely see that tinted base, and the flakes stand out beautifully. They take on almost a bluey hue, which I think works really, really beautifully. And it's really fun over black. And at the end of the 4 glazes, before we get into the Shift Happens polishes, I'm going to show you my Skittle with my hand moving around so you can see how they shift over the black and the white. And obviously over black, they kind of look red. Moving along, we have Peach Mango. This one is described as a juicy bubblegum pink, full of orange, red, gold, large particle shifting shimmer. This one is also really gorgeous. This might have a slightly more strongly tinted base than Sugar Melon, as you can already see. And the flakes are already appearing very golden orange leaning against the base color. And while it's described as a bubblegum pink base, when you get everything cooking together in the polish, it kind of overall looks corally / an orangey kind of red. So it's really interesting. how all of these polishes look on their own, and then of course over a black or a white cream. This definitely builds up to full opacity on that third coat. You can see just how much more complete it looks. And again, I'm topping it off with Cuticula Limitless. And here you can see just how shifty this one is. If you're a fan of that golden kind of shift, then this one is definitely worth checking out. It's really intense and quite beautiful, as you can see. And now I'm going to show Peach Mango over a white cream. Again, you can see the pretty bubblegum pink tinted base. I really like how these look over white in particular. And over black, this one actually looks interestingly similar to Sugar Melon, so maybe they have the same color shifting flakes, and then over black you can't really see the tinted base, so it gives the overall same kind of vibe. Very fiery. And here we have Berry Punch, which is described as a juicy violet purple base full of pink to gold to green large particle shifting shimmer. This one again is so beautiful. I really like the violet base. It's almost dusty in a way, if that makes sense. It just has a really interesting look to it, and those large particle shimmer flakes look really, really good against the base color. This one, again, you could probably leave it in 2 if you were so inclined, but when you add that third coat, it deepens the glazed base just a little bit more. And of course, if you have longer nails, you'll probably most likely need 3. I love just everything about this one. It's really pretty, and you're going to see now how beautifully those flakes shift around. I like the fact that you can see the flakes themselves, if that makes sense. It just adds another layer of interest to the polish because you're not only getting the color shifts, but you're also seeing the flakes themselves as their own kind of component versus a shimmer pigment that's just fully crushed up and mixed together with the base. And I do think this is a really interesting shade of purple, so it gets bonus points for that. And over top of the white, this almost comes off as slightly blue. You'll see it beside blue raspberry. It's definitely still purple, but it has a really pretty base, in my opinion. And over black, you get a gorgeous pink shift with those flakes. And last but not least, from the candy glazes, we have Blue Raspberry. Blue Raspberry is the juicy blue raspberry colored base in the collection with cyan, blue, violet, large particle shifting shimmer. And I don't know if it's my imagination, but I feel like maybe with the base color, the flakes just have like a different vibe than the previous ones in this collection. I don't know if that makes any sense. They just seem so sparkly, and maybe it is just the base color, but everything pops really, really beautifully. It has a fantastic formula. None of these cause staining. None of them are difficult to remove. They're just really fun to work with. And of course you can layer them over lots of different colors other than white and black. But those really show off the two extremes of the layering options. On the third coat with this polish, you get full opacity, and you can just see how pretty this one is. It's really, really fun, very sparkly, and it reminds me of Orly Haley's Comet, which was around a very long time ago. And I remember losing my mind for that polish. It was kind of the first flake polish I guess I'd ever seen. So this one's bringing back memories. And here I'm taking Blue Raspberry, layering it over a white cream. And I personally think this is such a beautiful way to wear this one, because you see the purple and the pink in the shimmer flakes, and it looks so cool with that blue raspberry glaze tinted base. I just really, really like this combo. And over top of the black, that blue and green shift really comes to life. It's just so vibrant and obvious, and I really like that. And now I'm going to let you enjoy seeing how these look in different lighting over white, and then we'll do over black. But I've got everything listed down in the bottom right for you. On my index, I've got Sugar Melon. On my middle finger, I have Blue Raspberry. My ring finger, you can see Berry Punch. And on my pinky, you can see Peach Mango. And maybe it's just my eyes, but I feel like over black, Sugar Melon and Berry Punch look very, very similar. So they probably have the same types of flakes in them, but when you add the tinted glaze base, they appear differently, but over a black, it just kind of makes them look the same. But I really love the way Blue Raspberry looks over black. It's very I don't know. I just wanted to say when hell freezes over, but that's what it looks like to me. And lastly, we have the Shift Happens collab. First up is Cuticula Clear Skies. And this is inspired by Encanto. It's a deep peach jelly filled with orange to red to gold to green large particle shifting shimmer. So I would actually consider this an extension of the Candy Glaze Collection, a fifth polish, if you will. And this one is reminding me of peach gummy rings. Yeah. And maybe like some sort of peach iced tea drink. So anyway, this one builds up really nicely. If you want to leave it in 2 or go to 3 coats, you definitely get full opacity on that 3rd coat. And it's obviously super shifty, super sparkly, as you are going to see. This one's a really fun and fiery polish. As you can see when my hand shifts around, it's really capturing the light beautifully, and all of those shifts work so well together. And the other half of the collab is Rogue Lacquer Waiting on a Miracle. This one's a teal crelly base with green and gold glass flakes with magenta and blue metallic flakes. This one does a really good job, both of them do, taking their inspiration and turning it into a polish. I can definitely see that film and the animations in both of the polishes, and I know both Amanda of Cuticula and Rachel of Rogue Lacquer are big Disney fans, and their passion definitely shows in their polishes. This one actually had a really opaque base, and so I was happy with it in 2 coats. And you will notice that the flakes do dry textured, but not so textured that they'll be difficult to remove or impossible to smooth out. They smooth out with 1 layer of top coat, and that just also enhances everything about this polish. It really brings it to life and makes everything so pretty. And this one doesn't shift around a ton because the flakes are kind of the color that they are, but you know, I've got to do it for posterity. So my favorites from the Candy Glaze collection are Berry Punch. I really love that one on its own, or in particular layered over white. It just has so many shifts, and I'm never gonna get tired of that purpley to green shift. It's just very exciting to me every time I see it happen. And surprisingly, I really love the green Sugar Melon. I also love sugar melon as a fruit. It's delicious. But this is a super pretty green, and I also think it looks amazing over white and black. They all look good either way you use them, but it's really beautiful when you build it up on its own. So that's it for me in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you have a great day wherever you are. Bye.